business. It is without further ado, I'd like to welcome with wholehearted warmth and all to our very special speaker for this afternoon. She is none other than Miss Liyen Ho. Liyen is, of course, my sponsor, uh, who has been in this business and very much responsible for bringing the unfranchised business to Singapore. Liyen is also Field Vice President in Market Singapore, earning an income of more than 45,000 Singapore dollars. And she's part of, and in fact, the only person in Singapore who's part of our $1 million club worldwide. Liyen has, of course, won multiple awards, and she's also a product specialist. And she's also on the Market America Advisory Council, as well as the Market Singapore Leadership Council. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ms. Liyen Ho to speak with us this afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Christine, for that great introduction. And thank you, everyone, for spending your precious afternoon to evaluate this business with us. And I can assure you that if you look at it properly, and evaluate for us, it could be a life-changing journey for you, just as it did for me. So with that, let me just begin. So we're talking today about the unfranchised business, Market Singapore, shop.com. Let me just zero in on the logo. Now, this means a lot to me. Why? Because it's shop.com. It's also talking about shopping annuity, which I will cover a little bit later. But for me, my personal journey started in a city called Sydney, which starts with an S. And that was where our family was relocated back to Australia. And before that, prior to that, I was actually teaching in a university. And I think my husband and I were very brave because we went to Sydney this second time. The first time it was through a bank transfer. This second time we went on our own without jobs. And I was actually very, very happy with teaching, being an academic. But as it turned out, I didn't have my monthly paychecks, and we bought a new house, and of course, the bills started piling up. And it was then that I decided that I have to do something. And very thankful that, I stumbled upon Market Australia at that time. And in that one afternoon, as you are today, I evaluated the business. I didn't know too much about it, but I just took the plunge because I realized that there's not very much to lose and everything to gain. So that is history now, but I'm so thankful because that particular afternoon changed my life. And when it was launched in Singapore, many, many years later, I think it was only 6 years ago when Market Singapore was launched, that was another milestone, in the success of the company, because we now have a new market called Market Singapore. And last 2 years, we have moved on into Malaysia. So we have Market Malaysia as well. So with that little background of myself, let me plunge in, to my very, very favorite slide. When you look at this, there are just so many things you can look at. But, as they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. And when I see everybody smiling together and putting their hands together, that speaks very much to me about solidarity. Solidarity, another S, very, very good. And with solidarity comes strength, unity, togetherness. We're all doing this together. And I think therein lies the power of this business, because we are powered by people just like you and I. All of us working together to create an ongoing income for all of us. And I will tell you how dynamic our business system is as we proceed on. So this provides, shop.com provides a system for us, to create ongoing income and become financially independent. I think that is so true in today's climate, because when people are losing jobs, we are looking for a better way, aren't we? And through revolutionary technology that we have embraced and the company has embraced, and with the power of people, we are now creating the economy of the future. We are powered by people just like you and me. if you look at the world around us, what I appreciate about Market America, we always capitalize on the trends that's happening. We're very relevant. We're not out of date. We always look for the major trends. And take a look, even before COVID-19, what was happening in the retail scene in Singapore? Didn't we see many shops, suddenly, they could have been in existence for a long time, but suddenly, they found that the shops that we've been patronizing just closed overnight. And with that comes the rise in online sales, which is great. This is where we are in. And one-to-one marketing, replacing mass marketing. Now, those days, one-to-one marketing is very unique. We actually are customer managers, and we look out for what our customers need, and we'll source out for what you need, and then be able to share it with you. So the rise in entrepreneurship is also, a trend that you can see. And with COVID-19, I think you can see that, sometimes we really need to think out of the box. For too long, I think, we have been circumscribing to a certain mold, and I'll talk about that a little bit further on. So the company we're talking today is called the Unfranchised Business. What does it do? What do you mean by unfranchised? If I look up the dictionary, perhaps I may not even find it. Well, what it denotes is that it is like a franchise. And what do you look for in a franchise? Now, why is McDonald's so popular? Is it because they know they serve the best hamburgers in town? No, my American friends will tell you no. Okay, it's because they have a system, and it's uniform, it's customized, with proven management system, with marketing tools, training systems, and with products that people need, relevant products with branding and increased visibility. Unlike a franchise, the most exorbitant thing that you have to think about is that initial capital. How many people actually can afford the initial capital? Definitely not me, especially at the outset, when I was exploring how to make money. Minimal startup expenses, that's what we offer in the unfranchised business. Potential tax advantages. Seriously, this is really great. We don't have this huge capital, monthly overheads that you see, and I know some friends who have invested, in new shops, and look what's happening now. They have to close if it's not essential services, and they're actually crying, and not knowing what to do. Thankfully, our government is very responsive and helps us along. But how long can we depend on the government, right? No territorial restrictions. You can work anywhere across the globe where the countries are represented. Work part-time. Who tells you to have to quit your full-time job? Just continue doing until your part-time pay, overtakes your full-time pay, and then you can fire your boss. So we're talking about very little risk. This is where we all started, a little cottage, right, in North Carolina, in a little town called Greensboro. And this is where a man by the name of James Ridinger had this vision. One day there'll be this mall without walls. Now, if you think back about that time when he had this concept, this vision, it was 1984. It took him, a few more years in 1992 when Market America was launched. Now, 1984. Let's bring back. Let's unwind time a little bit. Where were you at 1984? Were you on the internet? Who would have thought, at that time that people will buy from the internet things, products that they have never taste, touch, felt, or it is just, not conceivable. But look what happened today in the year 2020. Everybody is going online. And because of COVID-19, we're even going online a lot more than what we used to. And look at what we are today. We have this huge facility in North Carolina, from that little cottage of 1,500 square feet. Now it goes on for sprawls. It goes on to huge acres, And I'll talk more a little bit, but this is our headquarters. And this was, eventually it was founded in 1992. Now, for how long have we been in existence now? 28 years. And next month, May 2020, will mark our the commencement of our 29th year in business. I'm really, really proud of this fact because there's just so many companies that come and go. But our company has been around for 28 years. And look at the countries of operation, only 8 countries in the world. We're not into, trying to open every market we can because we want to make sure that you are enjoying the success before we move on to the next country. So we count ourselves privileged that Singapore is one of the 8 countries and that shop.com is available to us. I know a lot of countries around us are just saying, when will it open in Vietnam? When will it open in Thailand or Philippines or Indonesia? Singapore, thankfully, is going to be the hub that reaches out to the rest of the world, and especially to within Southeast Asia. So just stay tuned. We are working towards it, right? And the other thing that I'd like you to take note is this. Take a little quick look at what BBB is. So what is BBB? It stands for Better Business Bureau, okay? And this is a board of companies that look out for companies that have passed the test of trust, performance, and integrity. And let me tell you that we are the only company that has been awarded this Torch Award twice in a row, in 2013, as well as just recently in 2018. And guess what was the rating they gave us? A+ rating. They don't give that to any company, they give it to companies that has passed the test of these 3 categories that are very important as we embark this journey together. There are a few things we can look at in this slide, another one of my favorite slides, and there's just so much packed full of information. So let's go through it slowly, okay? So we're talking about retail sales of $12 billion. And now let's move to this chart now. You can look upon this escalating ladder, upgoing, ascending order, that every single year, the retail sales go up year after year after year. Now, this is despite 9/11. 9/11 really rocked the world in it. And we also know that, when there's recession, depression, our company has continued to move up in accumulated retail sales. Very proud about that. And even for COVID-19 in Singapore, when we only just started getting all this, this phenomenon happening in Singapore, when we look back into the February's retail sales, it's gone up by 27%. So I'm anxious to know what March is and April will be because everybody is shopping online. So because of that, can you see this accumulated retail sales? How much are they giving back to the unfranchised owners in retail profits as well as commission? Is giving out more than half back to us, people like you and I building the business. That speaks volumes about the company we represent, that they're anxious that we as customer managers also get a chance to earn money. So because of that, thousands of us are earning between $375 to $4,005 per week. And more than 500 unfranchised earners have earned more in excess of $1 million in commission. Now, thankfully, with launch of Market Singapore, I reached that category after 2.5 years of building in Singapore. And this also tells you that every single month in Market America, especially when we all congregate together, we'll applaud the people who have achieved the $1 Million Club member club, and they will just stand in front of your stage to show that it's real. Seriously, it's real, and I can vouch for that. This is the 45-year plan. Now, this resonates very much with, I think, Singaporeans, if I can single out a category of people, because I think I grew up in Singapore, spent, the early years of my life here, and all we were taught to do, all right, is to go to school, get good grades. And for me, if I don't come back first in class, literally my mother would be holding a cane in her hand. That was what it was. Seriously, I'm telling you the truth, because we just want to get good grades. Why do we need good grades? So that we can get a job, right? And then we can spend the rest of our life in eternal bliss, so to speak. What we don't realize is this 45-year plan. Okay, just to break it down, this is based on American statistics. So American statistics says you graduate at 20 years and you retire at 65 years old. So when you minus the two numbers together, you get 45 years. So for 45 years of your life, the best years of your life, you're working for somebody else's financial freedom or financial success. How does it look to you? Very sad, isn't it? Now, at 65 years old, this is what they found, that there's still a lot of people still working at 65 years old. And I think Singapore, there's no exception. And 28% of the people at 65 years old are already dead in America. I can tell you that in Singapore, the statistic is probably higher because we live in such close density. Stress is so high. I'm sure before we reach the 65 years old, many have already, been, ascended to glory as we speak. And the majority of us, they said 62% at 65 years old are still struggling financially. Something is wrong with this 45-year plan. Let's take a look. Let's examine a little bit further. Now, at 45, after this 45-year plan, you still have debts, student loans, credit cards. I think credit cards, a lot of us fall into that category. I think only for this month, I saw 2 transactions because of COVID-19. But other than that, credit card bills are high. Mortgages, we live in some of the most real expensive real estate in the world. So, our mortgages are all very high. So what is it like for you for financial security? Now, to earn an extra $1,000 a month, okay, at 2% interest rate, which is very generous, you will need to put aside 600,000 in the bank. How many of you have that amount? And is CPF the answer? Thankfully, we have CPF, but then, the basic sum, by and large, the average sum of $83,000, you will get a monthly payout for about $800. But I also have friends, who didn't work, too many years of their life, getting about $200 a month. Seriously, is that enough for you? Probably not. This is an answer, the 2 to 3 year plan, something that will help in your financial success. It will help you in a lot of things. All of us want to see our children through school. And parents in Singapore, we pay for our children to go to college. Not so in Australia. Australia, remember, they depend on the government. But Singaporeans, we want to make sure our kids go to school. Some of us even want to provide houses for them. I know my husband had the aspiration when we first started working, and I said, no way, just give them the education they need. And early retirement, after all that work that we have put in for 45 years of our life, surely we deserve early retirement. And a very important one is what? Time freedom. I know a lot of people who earn a lot of money and who have a lot of money in the bank, but when you ask them whether they have time freedom, the answer is no. So let's try and build a residual income. I'm going to zero in on residual income today a little bit because it talks about an ongoing income. Why? Because in this present climate, in this season, when everybody feels so insecure with their jobs, we can provide you an ongoing residual income every week for the rest of your life. Now, how does it sound to have money coming in while you go to bed at night? Money is still churning in. Money is still credited to your bank account. because a lot of us don't know how to create residual income, isn't it? Unless, of course, you have another means. Let's say you can become J.K. Rowling, for instance, where she wrote the Harry Potter series. And at one time, she was also, at 1 year of her life, it was recorded that she made 95 million US dollars for that particular year. And she gets ongoing royalties for the books that she wrote. And what else can you do with ongoing income? You can have, let's say, if you have extra space, Airbnb, but unfortunately in Singapore, it's not an option. So it's not easy to make residual income unless you have investment properties that you want to rent out. That could be your residual income, but not for the average person, isn't it? We have this product brokerage concept. So we have hundreds and hundreds of exclusive products and services that you cannot get elsewhere, but only through shop.com. So in that way, we're always looking out, all right, for products that are in demand, that are cutting edge products, so that we will always stay relevant, and we don't have to depend on the sale of only one product or services or service, for instance. So you could be selling a car, for instance, and that can give you a lot of money. But how many times will a customer come back to you and buy cars? So we have products that you need on a daily basis. Just take a quick glance, deodorant, antioxidants, trim tea, shower gel, things that you need from day to day, and not really, really expensive item like a car or a house for that matter. So this gives you access, with this product brokerage concept, to multi-million-dollar markets, because we are able to identify the latest market-driven products. And with that, we eliminate the burden of manufacturing. So it allows the company flexibility to move with the marketplace. Whatever the marketplace needs, we will come to you and provide you with a solution. This is what we have. These are all the different categories. And let me invite you, if you're a guest, to talk to the person who invited you to go through their website to find out what are these products that Liyen has been talking about. So health and nutrition is very big, and especially now it's even bigger, because everybody knows with COVID-19, they have not found a vaccine and a cure. The only thing that can help us now is our immune system, and we want to fortify it. So if you're talking about vitamin C, yes, we have vitamin C. You want something stronger than vitamin C, we also have something 20 times vitamin C capacity. Everything that you need, we have. And if losing weight is a problem because you stay home with us, COVID-19, with circuit breaker enforcement, and you're putting on a lot of weight, we have the solution for you as well. And as we speak, I know that there are different leaders amongst us who are actually leading the parade with the month of May. So maybe you can look out for that. Personal care, shampoo, conditioner, bath gel, shopping annuity brand would denote the things that we need anyway. And age management, who likes to look older than what they are, isn't it? Cosmetics, home and garden, children, automobile, internet services. And I like this, coming soon. Our company is always looking for new products. So, we just recently launched vitamin D3 with K2, where you can drink your supplements. We also introduced astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is brown algae, harvested from the oceans. And these are products that, every single convention we attend, we'll be introducing new products. That's what I like about our company. It's very, very progressive. Now, for companies so we are an internet marketing company with thousands of partner stores as well, hundreds of exclusive products. And if your customer likes to register, it's just free of charge. And the customers will get to earn cash back. So for instance, if you register with us and you need to travel when COVID-19 is over, and you want to go through Expedia, which is our partner store, now you just go through one step through shop.com, which will then lead you to Expedia. And by doing that as a customer, you get cash back. Whereas if you go directly to Expedia, sorry, hotels.com will probably give you 1 night out of 10 nights, and you get all that as well. So seriously, this is amazing. Shopping annuity is a concept, that we're saying that if you're already spending it, why can't we get paid for it? So we have many products that you can convert your spending into earning. Perhaps more about it later. But when anyone shops online, all right, every one of us, as you saw in our first image, everybody gets 100% credit. More about that as we continue to tune in. So which do you prefer? If you look at this, we have on one end the 45-year plan, and you have the 2 to 3 year, where you can invest 8 to 15 hours with us, right, and earn an ongoing residual income. So today, I think we're talking about this ongoing residual income 2 to 3 year plan. Let's move on further. There are 5 steps to build this unfranchised business. So these are the 5 steps that I will go with a little bit of expansion as the slides unfold. You need to apply, create, qualify, activate, and you teach, manage, and support others. 5 simple steps. So with step 1, you apply. As in everything else, if you want to join a country club, you will need to apply. You want to become a Singapore citizen, you have to apply. If you want to be a shop.com customer manager, you also need to apply. And let me just bring you to this section where it tells you the 2 different ways for you to come into the business, either as a sales rep, where you don't have to pay any subscription fee, or you can come in with subscription fee with $165. $165. What can one do with $165 in Singapore? In times past, I'll say you go out for dinner with your family and $165 is gone. You take a trip to Johor Bahru, $165 is gone. But in our business with $165, it gives you the advantage, it gives you the privilege to come on board to launch a business. Right. And so let me concentrate on those that are not with the access. With $165, you get your own personal website, additional websites, because we represent the Asia Pacific region. So you will have not only a Market Singapore website, you also will have Taiwan and Hong Kong and Malaysia, as well as Australia. So you have customers in Australia, for instance. All your Australian customer has to do is to log into your website, aushop.com, and then purchase what they want. And you just get an email from the company that says, "Congratulations, Liyen, you have a customer from Australia." And the company does the shipping from their warehouse to your customer anywhere in Australia, whether she's in Tasmania or whether she is in Darwin, it doesn't matter. And you get reports, right? As an unfranchised owner, you get management reports. It's like your own personal accountant that will keep track on all your purchases. And you get to participate in a compensation plan and get to earn up to $4,500 in weekly commissions. Now, seriously, for $165 to get all this, I wish I had known about this business a lot earlier. And with the subscription, you have all of this as well. Let me just say, you get a getting started guide, you get manual, you get magazines, you get management reports and mentoring by experienced business owners. So like this meeting is open to anyone in the field. It's not just restricted to my organization. We built together as a team for the good of an entire market of Market Singapore, not just for one single organization. So we work hand in hand with all other business partners. And number 2 of the step process is to create. So we create business volume. What do you mean by BVs? What do you mean by business volume? So in order to award you the commissions that's due to you, we need to find a unit of currency to pay you. So for every product that you see here, it's represented by a certain number of BVs. So at the end of the week, we'll calculate how many BVs you have. So we have digestive enzymes. That's so amazing. I tell you, if you have diarrhea, this is what I take. And I find that, I just need 3 teaspoons and it replaces my Lomotil. We have this antioxidant. You must find out from the person who invited you how life-changing OPC is. OPC basically contains of 3 different types of antioxidants. Penogenol, that's got more than 200 clinical studies. We also have grape seed and grape skin, as well as bilberry, that very early, the first month, I think, of using the products, I found that it helped me with my eye challenge and spared me eye surgery. So I'm very thankful. We have also weight loss solutions, as well as anti-aging, as well as for the baby. So we award you business volume. And this is the flagship product that I was talking to you about. This is our health and nutrition range. And we're not only about health and nutrition, all right? We have other things as well that I will talk about. But by far, we find that, when they did a study, people spend the major amount of money on health and nutrition rather than aesthetics, for instance, and rather than cosmetics, although they are important. So I'm glad, when you look at the world statistics and when I do my product training, to know that people are spending money where it counts, and that is our health. I always say that, we can change our cars, anytime we want, if we have the means. We can even change our houses every time. But we only have one body, and this body is going to last us till we meet our maker. And so we need to fortify our bodies. Okay, good health is very important. We also have, as I said, Motis Cosmetics, wonderful range of cosmetics. You just have to put it before anybody who has dealt with cosmetics, and they will find that our quality is really amazing. Or hair products, or the Royal Spa, and even for the guys out there, you're not left out, and skincare solutions. So we have a business volume attached to the products that you buy. We also have cleaning products. You are staying home a lot more. We're cooking a lot more, and we need to clean our houses. And this is what we have. We also have for our pets and for automobiles as well. Home and garden, as well as internet services. So internet services with attached to, we are also broker for medium and small size business owners, where we create ongoing website solutions. Now, this is where I come to a different category from what I mentioned earlier on, and this is internet business volume. This what we call IBVs, and I'm going to talk a lot more about IBVs later on. Now, just pause for a moment and take a look at some of these shops that we have in that partners with us. Do you see anything familiar? I'm sure you see Singapore Airlines here. NTUC, for a moment, we have a temporary pause because I think they can't keep up with demand. But we have EA Mart, we have Ruti Food, we have other places where we can get our food, and also sanitizers, as well as masks and everything else we have. All right. And if you love books, Kinokuniya. So these are some of the reputable brands. If you think that we are one of those companies, do you think Singapore Airlines would even want to be associated with us? I don't think so. Okay, so we have very reputable companies, and we are always on the lookout for more and more stores to partner with us. So we also have a program called Shop Local. Shop Local would be, the regular stores that we patronize to get our fish, to get our meat, and to get our fruits and vegetables. They are all on board partnering with us. So this is where you can earn internet business volume. This is actually from my purchase that I'm showing you. And when you get your nails done, as I did over before Chinese New Year, and get my hair done right before he cut the hair. So before I cut it really short now with this season, not having to go to the hairdresser. So yes, whatever services that you're already using, maybe a printer service, maybe estate agent service, I don't know, whatever it is, you can certainly partner with us. And the latest is that, we have all this, everybody ordering online for their food. We have so many partner stores that you can order your chicken rice, chili crabs, bak kut teh, bak-chang, whatever you want. So I'm glad that we moved together with the times. This was already on before COVID-19, but with COVID-19, we have even more options for you. So how do you create BBs and IBBs? Basically, is converting your spending. So instead of going to, somewhere else, to buy your shaving cream and all that, we'll say, toothpaste. Can you shop from your own portal? Basically, that's what it is. And we have thousands of partner stores, plenty to shop from. Shop Buddy, where does comparison shopping for you, which is amazing feature, because if you want to find the best price Nike shoes, it will help you as well. And trial size marketing, sharing with the people that you have, as well as online sales and reorders. I can assure you, when people start using our products, they will start wanting to order more, because they can't do without it. And that has been my experience, after building this business. Step number 3 would be to qualify. Like I always say, when you buy a shoe store, what do you need to put into it? You need to put shoes, right? So with the unfranchised business, you need to put personal business volume to generate, okay, to qualify the center. So when you buy 200 BV worth of products, different products come with different BV management. Maybe it talks about 4 or 5 OPC, or maybe 2 or 3 OPC with 2 or 3 vitamin C. That would be already 200 business volumes. And look what happens. The BVs will flow up to you. And let me tell you that there is a special promotion on now. We have a fast start program for only $575. That is inclusive of free shipping and inclusive of the $165 that I talked about earlier. So everything is then condensed into this $575. Very, very small sum to pay, I have to say, that gives you a bunch of products that's worth around $700. This is what it is. You have a bunch of trial size marketing products that people are dying for, and more when we have the product sessions going on, okay? Or you could say, I want to do Motus, you're fine, or I want to concentrate on weight loss. The options are there for you to choose. But of course, for me, I always say the general fast start kit is good, because if you don't have good health, what is makeup and what is weight loss, isn't it? Or maybe it goes hand in hand. But definitely trim tea and trim coffee also sets you into a journey of losing weight. We have web solutions that I talked to you earlier about, and that one is offering solutions to medium and small size business owners. Step number 4 is to activate your center. Liyen, what is activation? Okay, we talk a lot about leveraging, because the very first image that I showed you, everybody putting their hands together, solidarity, because we're all working together in teams. And each team brings along leveraging. And how do you get this team started? So the concept is this, that if you find yourself so blessed with the products and the business, would you be able to find 2 person to bless to start this journey together with you? Now, this doesn't have to do in a real hurry. You can do it as you continue to use the products and experience tremendous benefits from it. Then you can go talk to 2 people that you want to bless, who wants to journey with you, all right, in this business that we have. So it's a matter of time, as you continue to share the products, you probably will find 2 people, Mark and perhaps Kate, who would like to join you in building this in this journey. So this is the start of your organization. You personally sponsored Mark and you personally sponsored Kate. We teach, manage, and support the people in our team. Now, Mark and Kate will likewise go on to bless two other people or couples, Megan on his left and Sarah and Rick on his right. And now he is activated. And Kate does the same, Kevin and Anne and Ben. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. I want you to know that it takes time because, who would, just like a university degree that you undertake, how long did it take for you before you could start going to work? It took you 3 years. I'm not asking about 3 years here. It probably need a period of time, 1 to 2 months, for you to experience the goodness of the products. And then you go on to share the business, right? So really teach, manage, support the people in your team. People lead to people. That's the amazing bit about this business, because I now have a huge organization of people that I don't know, but it's because somebody led to somebody that led to somebody. And this is how our organization grows, our market Singapore families. So if I look at myself here, 001, my first shop, this is a shop in the clouds, right? So to speak, my online store. I have two whom I personally sponsored. Now, who else did I personally sponsor? You'll find here different people here, and Kate has done the same. And moving on, if somebody registers the business here, the Fast Start program with 300 business volume, look what happens to the 300 business volumes. It goes up to every single one on the same genealogy line until it comes back to you, as well as to your senior partners here, as well as those above you. Now let's look at this again, because when I saw this the first time, it seems like too good to be true. It's like magic. Why? Because if I have a cake, like I always say, I cut half the cake and I give it to you, all right? And your name could be Mary. And so I gave that cake to Mary, and although she has half and I have half, Mary's half is going to come back to bless me again. Like the more I give, the more I receive. Still very, still can't put your head around it because it's just too good to be true. But this is true, and that's how I get my checks every week. And likewise, let me move on to the next slide. Likewise, if on the other side somebody comes in and starts the business, and the PVs will flow up to everyone, comes back to me again, and goes back to all the senior business partners. This is the wonderful part about this business, because it's talking about group business volume. It's talking about group consumption, everybody, and group registering of new partners. Everybody gets to bless if you're in the same genealogy line. People leads to people. So when my senior partner, all of us have senior partners, also finds Dave, who is interested to build the business with us, she has an option of either putting on the left or on the right. So she decided to place Dave on the left-hand side of my organization, and and the BVs, just a sec. Okay, and the BVs will flow all the way up. Can you see the colored columns? And it goes back to everyone. Our tracking system actually search daily and right up to infinity. These are some keywords. Infinity. How about that? It goes to every single level, every single transaction. It goes to every single generation. It doesn't cut off like some companies that goes by 7 layers, 21 layers, and different credit that you get. Here we're talking about to infinity, and everyone receiving 100% credit for each other's effort. And if somebody were to retail this, he gets a retail profit of $54. But look at his 63 BVs flow all the way up and goes to me as well. Likewise, here, somebody who does the daily essential kit will also move up to you. Disclaimer, of course, it all depends, all right, on the amount of hard work that you put in, the talent you bring in, and the dedication that you bring to the business. And everybody works at a different pace. And some like to take it a little bit on a more committed basis. Some of them will say, I just want to try the products. Either way is fine. But we are here to tell you that we will keep tab of whatever you want to achieve, and it can be achievable through our amazing system. This system that GR has created, some 28, 29 years ago, has never changed every single year. And there's some companies who will have a compensation plan, but when they can't meet the commissions that the owners or they call them distributors earn, they will change the system. The good part is that our system has not changed for 28 years. So that gives you a lot of comfort as you build this business. Our company is not about to change it every now and then. So how are commissions earned? You're probably anxious to know. How do you make money? I'm here to see what financial options I have. So commissions are actually tracked daily. BV tracked daily. Commissions are paid weekly. And we will search every single level right to infinity, every single transaction across different countries in the Asia Pacific region, for instance. And when the accumulated retail sales comes up to 1,200 BVs on the left and the right bank, the company will give you your first check of $375, the smallest ever check that you will ever receive from Market Singapore is $375 for commission. So if you get that every week, it's quite comfortable, isn't it? But no, that's not enough for Singaporeans. I'm speaking as one of you. And when it reaches 2004 on both legs, is another 375. When it reaches 3,006, another 375. And when it reaches 5,000 on both legs, you would have completed one cycle, and the company awards you a total of $1,875, equivalent of American 1,005. Okay, exchange rate 1.25. But we're very, very happy with this. Now, how long does it take for you to achieve 1,875 or 5,000 on both legs? It all depends on you. How fast do you want to build the business? I did it within 3 months. It took me 3 months. The average statistics, though, is about 6 months. And what we're looking for is actually frequency of that 1,875 until it becomes a weekly check. Isn't that amazing? Let's look at IBV banks, because I'm only just touched the BVs, which is now we're looking into the partner stores. Let's look at the partner stores. Okay, so IBV, the same, sama, as we say. All the BVs slow up, 1,002, 2,004, 3,006, 5,000. When you reach 5,000 on both legs, that's also another cycle, and you earn 1,875. Now, how is that in relation to each other? They're both separate banks. So if I want to put two pockets, one pocket goes to the IBV money, another bank goes to the BV pocket, so to speak. So we have two different pockets, two different banks altogether. And for you to start enjoying this, okay, you have to do a shopping assessment, which once you come on board, we will teach you how to do it. So if somebody shops online, these are all the IBV products and IBV companies like Liyen, the BVs will flow up accordingly. So as your organization expands, we're talking about group business volume. So everybody plays a part, and you will then, accumulate those BVs, 5,000 on both legs, all right, until it becomes a weekly affair. Do you think that's impossible? It is. I'm evidence that it has happened to me. And I'll let you into a little secret. When I embarked my unfranchised journey, all I wanted was this amount, 1,875 into my bank account every week. And I'm thinking, at that point in time, what can 1,875 do to you, Liyen? And I'm thinking about bills that needs to be paid. I'm thinking about time freedom. I'm thinking about then the freedom to be financially free and to do things that God wants me to do, whether it's in missions or whether it's in education or blessing lives or whatever it is that I want to do, or even engage in a hobby or traveling. And I think that it will make a lot of difference in my life. And this is what you can envisage. 1875 credited to your bank account. And today, I am here to tell you that you can make more than that. Because by building your 001 shop, lo and behold, you're also building one side of your second and your third shop. And therein lies a little bit of complication if you have never seen our business before, but just bear with me because I'm just going to give you an overview. And in your meeting after meeting, and as you build the business, you want to earn more, I'm sure your senior partners are only too happy to tell you, what I'm going to show you now. Don't worry if you don't understand it the first time, okay? We also have a scheme called a scheme for you called management bonus. I know if you work in corporate organizations or whatever organization you go to, maybe there is a yearly bonus. I'm talking about how you can earn it every single week. So how do you achieve that? When you reach 5,000 BB, okay, on your left and your right bank, and somebody on the left also achieves that amount, and somebody on your right also achieves 5,000, whether he or she is sponsored by you doesn't really matter. Just so long as remotely down your organization, you have somebody on your left and your right also hitting 5,000, which happens to me every single week, you will find yourself being given a management bonus of $750. Now, what figure are we talking about then? 1875, and together with this bonus, which is 2625. So each business development center has a weekly earning potential of 4,005. So you times 3 here, 4,005. That's a very, very decent lot of money. I'm sure you will know what to do when you reach to that stage. So how does it happen? Yeah, remember I talked to you about how we're just building, one side of your 001 organization. Now, when the time comes for you, to open your second shop, all you need to do is to talk to Kristen or anybody perhaps who have rejected you and said, Liyen, just make the money first, then talk to me. And then you're already now earning 2625 every week. You say, Kristen, I really am earning money now. Would you like to join me in my new center? So you have already built this deep and strong. So now you only need to build one leg. So if you had spent 2 years building this 001 shop, technically you only need to spend 1 year and your 002 shop is also done. Let me complicate a little bit further. So if you want to build your 003 shop, likewise, you then, enlist John as an unfranchised owner and you start building your 003 shop. So you have the potential of 3 shops. When you come in with your fast start kit of 300 business volume, you are actually given 3 shops. But of course, 02 and 03, we say, wait for a little while, do a successful 001 shop, and then go on to build your second and your third shop. It's just like me giving Christine, right, the MC today. I'm giving her 3 restaurant spaces. I surely don't want her to open all 3 restaurants all at one shot. I want her to start with one, get the success that she has, and learn all the mistakes that she makes, so that when she opens the second and the third shop, it'll be a lot easier. So basically, that's what it is. You want to earn more money. 3 shops, not enough. So this is where I'm saying that it depends on your hard work, your dedication, and also the goals you have for yourself, how much money you want to make. We're here to offer you a system that you can make as much as you want. So you can decide to build after 01, 02, 03. You say, I'm going to build my 004 shop. You can put it under the people who have built together with you, and you then build your organization downwards, and it's going to bless everybody else in the same organization. Okay? Don't worry if you don't understand it. We are here to help you. And you're probably thinking, can this work for me? Sounds all too good to be true, right? But let me assure you, we have been around for 28 years. It's not one of those companies that come and go. Today it's here, you built so hard in the business, and 3 years later, the company collapsed. And everything you have built for yourself has just gone down the drain. We have been around for 28 years. And you're probably thinking, whether this will work for you. We also, on the other hand, wondering whether you're right for the business with us. Will you build it with us? Do you have the the commitment, the dedication? But it's okay, you can try on with the products first if that's how you like it. Now, this slide again is it was one of the old slides were used in other presentations, but because it's so powerful, I just have to bring that in, because this slide is what my husband calls the social equalizer. Social equalizer. It doesn't really matter which occupation, occupational background you come from, what educational qualifications you have. This particular person has a PhD. He's an academic. This lady here, Joanne she's a highest pin level earner, earning about 120,000 US every 4 weeks. She says she's got so much money flowing into a bank account. After building it for more than 20 over years, the money keeps flowing, and she doesn't know what to do with the money. Isn't that a good problem to have? And this particular lady, Lisa is a second generation unfranchised business owner, because her mother, who used to have a restaurant, started this business and built it to a stage where she became a director, which is 18,000 US dollars every month. And when her mother passed on, Lisa and her sister inherited the business. So it means that our company you can bequeath your income, or your business to your next generations. How wonderful. So I can tell my husband now he doesn't have to go and find another house for the children. They can, with unfranchised business, buy more and more houses if they choose to want to do it. Because this is a business that you can pass it on, okay, a legacy you can leave. And this particular lady here, no, she used to work as a Pizza Hut waitress, right? And she's now a director, and this lady as well, a single mom, a migrant from China who has settled in America. And she has also, she's also working the business with her daughter, who actually is a director and earning also lots of money. So 2 generations, 3 generations of women working together. And because they come from all different backgrounds, so my next segment here is to showcase some of the business owners that we have in Market Singapore. We have, of course, in the other countries, but today we're just going to zero in of different people from different backgrounds. So with this, let me bring you the first speaker and as our panelist, Christine Lee, whom I got to know, when during a church camp way back in Bintan. Is that right? Bintan or Batam? Do you remember, Christine?
I believe it was Batam, but it
Okay,
was quite a
Batam.
while ago. Yes.
Right. She was exercising in a gym. We were the only ones in the gym, both of us very anxious to keep fit. And from then our friendship just blossomed to now becoming business partners. So let me bring Christine, and she will tell you her background as well as why shop.com makes sense for her. Thank you, Christine.
Well, thank you very much, Liyen, for the time to share. I'm just going to take the next minute or so. I've always been a believer of an online business because of my background. I was in financial services for more than 30 years, or in fact, now it's 30 over years. I retired from financial services a couple of years ago and became an entrepreneur, a private investor, and I am also involved in several other businesses at the board level as well as at the shareholding level. I'm also a coach, a certified coach, and I work very closely with ladies in leadership. So a little bit with that, that sort of a background, my belief in the online business really started you know, 15, 20 years ago in the banking sector when I was very much involved in e-commerce and the start of e-commerce. So being a big believer of online business, when I became an entrepreneur a few years ago, and when Liyen introduced this business to me, I looked at the business model, and to me, it was less about the products. Also, although the products were great, right, a huge range of products, but for me, it was really critical because I believe that the online business, especially if it's a business that I can do from the comfort of my mobile phone, is actually the future. It is the way of the future. I've been offered lots of opportunity, in F&B, in fitness centers, in all, in energy, in all sorts of different businesses. But I believe the online business is the way to go. Um, the other thing about for me is that I'm a single mom. I've been a single mom for more than 15 years with four children. And at that point in time, my children were very young. And when I got into this business, my children were just at the start of university. So as a single mom, it was very important for me to find a business that was also willable. Now, all businesses you say would be willable to the next generation, but for me, with my four children, I didn't know what they wanted to do in future. And I felt that with the shop.com business, whatever they wanted to do in the future, they could continue to live out their aspirations. And in the background, mom's building this online business that's going to give them and me a retirement income, them a residual income for the rest of my life, as well as for the next generation, for my children, for my children's children, and so on. And in the example that Liyen gave earlier of Lisa Woon, who from the US, who is already a second generation, I believe this business is going to be great for my next generation, for my family, for my children. Um, Last point I want to make is that there are lots of products in shop.com. I never really appreciated the extent of the products. I've always, bought travel, air tickets, hotels online. I've always, to some extent bought my groceries online as well and my supplements. But now with COVID-19, it has become so real, and I'm so appreciative of shop.com. I not only order my vegetables online and it gets delivered to me 2 days later. I also order, my toilet paper, my dry goods, my meats, everything. Not only that, I also have my supplements, which I continue to take, and it keeps me healthy, being a very active person, but also everything else that my family needs. All of us are locked at home now, and I'm appreciating so much more. That shop.com has so many products and so many partner stores all over Singapore that whatever it is I need to buy, I can find it on shop.com. And with that note, thank you very much, Liyen, for giving me this opportunity to share. Perhaps on to the next
Wow.
person.
Pretty impactful. All the shopping that you do, and you can just convert your buying habit from wherever you buy from, which is NTUC just downstairs, to delivered to upstairs. Okay,
Right.
thank you very much, Christine. And with your background in business and in banking, very very impressive, and I'm so glad that you had your what we call your mind open. You were not closed to it, because a lot of people with your background simply refuse to look at any other business. So I'm glad that you took that plunge with us a couple of years ago. So our next panelist is Ian Maxwell. Now let me go on to the next slide. Oh, sorry, this is Jerry. Is that okay? Jerry, you are next. Sorry. So Jerry is a fitness instructor. I got to know him when I came back from Australia, and known him for many years now. Took a little bit of convincing for him to be in part of shop.com, but I'm glad he decided to come on board with us and been building this business for a few years now. So Jerry, up to you now. You can.
All right, I trust all of you can hear me. My name is Jerry. I've been a fitness instructor since 2003, which means I've been doing this for the last 17 years. As you can see from the profile, maybe you can't. I also have a master's in history, but I'm driven by my passion and I love what I do. I'm in the gym every single day of the week because that's what I want to do the rest of my life. Um, I'm really driven by passion. And when I was introduced to this business, I thought to myself, oh, you know what? It's a good match because you have supplements which I can sort of work along with the health and fitness side for my clients. But lo and behold, here comes COVID-19. I'm stuck. I've been locked out of the gym for 1.5 months. I've lost all the income from my fitness classes. I've lost all the income from my PT classes. But what's amazing is this business continues to pay me week after week on a few reasons. Firstly, because it's on a group buy system, my residual income still comes in weekly. Second, even though I cannot meet my clients, they call me up. All right, they say, I want my supplements today. I want it now, or not today, but I need it for this period. Can you give it to me? Can you get it to me? I said, sure, no problem, because it's an online business. The company sends it to my clients, and therefore I continue to get sales, even in this difficult times. So I'm really grateful to have this backup business. I see the value of it now because when I'm stuck in this instance because of a COVID a virus problem. But what also happens when if I've taken down by a serious injury, I'm no longer able to teach classes. Where's my income going to come from? It's going to come from this. So it's going to be a very important backup plan for me, for myself, and I think it's going to be a very important backup plan for almost anybody. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, we're living in such uncertain times, isn't it? Well, good thing, or don't know, not so good thing is that you don't have a family to feed, Jerry. Imagine if you have 3-4 kids running around you and daddy, where's my money or where's my food? Then that's when reality hits home. Thankfully we have this business, and thankfully that you have retail profit coming into your bank account with our web portal, isn't it? And you don't have to do any delivery. I think sometimes people are worried that they have to pack up and then go and deliver, north, south, east, west of Singapore. But our company does all the shipping out, isn't it? And you get free shipping even if it's a bottle of shampoo, right?
That's right. And it's not only to Singapore. I even got clients in Thailand. So they always go to my website and buy from there. So I'm servicing the entire world.
Okay, wow, wonderful. And Thailand is actually scheduled to be, when we are ready to open a new country, Thailand will probably be on that list, one of the list, top on the list, I think. So thank you, Jerry, for believing in me also and embracing this journey together. Okay, thank you. And our next one is actually Charlene, isn't it? Let's see. Okay, Charlene. She is our nutritionist, as we always call it. 10 years of experience. And I remember when she first came to evaluate the business, I remember that historic day, in that center. I can't remember that center now, in Geylang, right? And she was actually trying to evaluate the products because she was looking for good products. And it was Douglas Missy from Australia who was doing that training. And I saw her being very intrigued even after the first session that we had. So Charlene, maybe you want to share with us why shop.com means to you, and how has the journey been for you as a nutritionist in the industry. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Liyen, for introducing me. Well, Liyen just said it. When I was first introduced to shop.com as well as the isotonics product, I was really, really, really skeptical. I have to say really 3 times because I was really skeptical because I'm a trained nutritional consultant, which means what I do is I actually study supplements. I study how various nutrients work for different parts of the body. And I have a private business that I actually work with clients to help them, rather coach them and help them to get back onto the health track. And what I use is basically dietary plans as well as supplements. So all these years, I was continually sourcing, looking for formulas and products. And I remember in 2014, I was at a bottleneck whereby I ran out of good formula to be able to recommend and share with my clients. And I remember on hand back then, I had a very challenging case, someone with terminal stage chronic disease. And I ran out of the suitable supplements that were able to fill the void in her diet. So my sponsor shared, who is a very good friend, she shared the business opportunity with me. But I was so skeptical. I was thinking, it got to be one of those businesses where all of you just want to pursue me, a nutritionist. I was a little bit haughty back then. But like Liyen recalled, I went for a seminar spoken by Douglas Mizzi and Vivian Mizzi, who are alternative practitioners as well as clinical nutritionists. When I heard what they share about the products, the technology, how advanced the supplements are, I believe all of us have no lack of access to all kinds of supplements. But when I heard the isotonics formula, I was really, really impressed because here there is a formula that even my client, with part of her stomach removed, is able to get those nutrients absorbed into a system in as short as 5 minutes, up to 90%. I was really impressed. And I did not understand anything about the business, anything about what Liyen just shared with you. I did not understand a single thing. But I took the plunge. I call it the plunge back then. Go ahead, register my business, all because I don't want to have um, to come to a stage whereby even me as a nutritionist, I would age too. I would I could succumb to some of the hereditary diseases that my family have, and I don't want to come to the stage whereby I have no more solutions, even for myself. So what shop.com platform has done for me, it has given me a great platform whereby all the logistic, all the admin support, accountant support, invoicing system, all has been done up for me, and I don't have to do anything on that part. And it makes my business so much easier. And looking at it, I've been with shop.com, Market Singapore, for about coming to 5 years. And when I look back, I think I I was so ready back then when I started the business. So with this COVID-19 situation, I do my retail, I do my delivery, the company provide for me. Everything for my clients is done from the comfort of my home on my laptop. So with that, thank you.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, we have an excellent platform. So Charlene, thank you for journeying with us as well and to help make a difference in the health of the people who are anxious, to have better well-being. So thank you again. And our next person is actually a panelist is Ian Maxwell. So let me show the slide. Ian, wonderful. Yes, would you like to share with us? I'm sorry, your name is missing from this slide. I don't know what happened, but his name is Ian Maxwell. So welcome to this panelist, this forum. Could you share with us, your background and why shop.com makes sense for you, Ian?
Sure. Thanks for the introduction, Liyen. There's no such thing now as job security, and I was happily working away in a corporate role, in a senior role in the automotive industry, and I thought I was reasonably comfortable and safe. Yeah, it was tough work, but it looked to me to be quite sensible. But I found myself retrenched at the end of 2018. That was a bit of a shock. I didn't have anything to fall back on, so I was looking for another position, and I was looking around very hard. But every time I approached somebody and got interviews, I found I was overqualified, too senior. So it quickly dawned on me that I needed to rethink, and I needed a plan B pretty fast. So at that point, I sat myself down and gave myself a good talking to. And decided to open myself up and basically say yes to everything. So anything that came along, it was investigate it, say yes. If you're invited to something, go along, see what it is, find out, listen. And it was around that time that my wife and I were introduced to the shop.com, and we attended similar presentations. I like the idea of the flexibility of this particular business model and the residual income idea. So we, on the principle of saying yes, decided to join in June 2019. Now,
Right. Okay.
this isn't a business, it's like any other business. If you put a bit of effort in, you'll get something out. So we've actually been now in for what, 8, 9, 10 months, and it's we've managed to achieve our first 2 paychecks, which is awesome. It's building. It might be a modest beginning, but I can, now I'm in the business, I can really see the potential. This has got something that you can really build on, and if you put more effort in, it'll pay off. And what I really like best about this is it's my own business, and there's no boss that can lay me off.
Okay, that's good. That's
And
good. So
the other bit, sorry.
now you are, let me see, laid off proof, COVID proof, wonderful. And you lost some weight as well. I can even see from your picture in the profile and what you are right now. So you just told me this morning you've lost more than 8 kilos, right? With our TLS program.
Yeah, it's actually kept going. My wife and I joined the TLS weight loss program in the beginning of March. And we've been obviously adopting some of the supplements and things like that, the isotonics, and that's really worked. I've actually dropped 10 kilograms now.
Wow, okay, wonderful. You have to tell us more after the session, okay? So thank you so much, Ian, for participating with us today. And our last panelist is Justina Ko. I've known Justina for a long time. She used to be my travel agent when my husband was in a bank. I remember those days. Justina, would you share with us your journey with shop.com in 1 minute?
Yeah,
thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Liyen, for having me. Oh, well, my name is Justina. I'm a stay-home mom for 24 years, a mother of 3 grown-up children. Yes, I used to be working in the travel industry. Though I'm not working right now, but I'm very thankful still getting the ongoing income to shop.com. Well, really by merely switching my household spending to shop.com or the online shop, and really sharing people how to shop, how to save money, how to earn money. And that's what I really like to do. And yes, traveling is what my passion, but not right now. But well, when the pandemic is over, when everybody, the travel restriction being lifted, yes, I can travel again, and we have many travel partners. Not even you need to go to the travel agent, so you can book your air tickets, like what you mentioned. We have SQ, Expedia, Trip.com, Hotels.com, and so on. So all these we are not affected by the COVID, this pandemic right now. Unlike some of my travel friends in the tourism industry, they were very badly affected. I was told some of them were laid off, some of them asked to go for unpaid leave, and those working as a tour guide was they don't have any income because there's no tourists. So even right now, we are having this circuit breaker, right? I mean, I'm still great that I still can shop. I can spend all my grocery online. Like recently, my daughter have a birthday, 21st birthday. Guess what? I actually went to our shop local, House of Seafood, because she want to eat chili crab. Yeah. So I go there and take away. Yeah, that's our shop local. And then I even have ordered a birthday cake to our online and get it delivered to my house, and all this our partner store. And so of course right now we can't travel, right? But right now we also cannot get a haircut, So first thing really after the 1st June come, I want to cut my hair because that also can make us make money, right? Do my car by using our shop.com card, how amazing. Yes.
Wonderful.
And
thank you so much, Justina. I love that card there. Okay. At another time, we will need for you to share with us more about where you shop from and everything. So for now, let me just try and go on to the next few slides, just 2 more slides to show that apart from this panelist that we have also other unfranchised owners. Now, because of the time factor, I've only used people who are already in my organization, but it doesn't mean that the other organizations are not making money. This is just showing a representation of people who are already in the business and making some decent money. We have Annie Tiang, who just celebrated her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Annie. And now making, every month from 12,500 to 18,000. And whenever she stands on stage, she'll be talking about how being a grandma and doing this business part-time, she can earn this kind of income. So congratulations, Annie. And we also have Jeannie Ang. Jeannie Ang has been transformed from that stay-home mom to who she is now, a business leader as well as a very successful entrepreneur. And she makes the same kind of money with Annie. So congratulations, Jeannie. Love to hear you speak. We'll have to save that for another time. And of course, my very dear friend, whom I knew from a long time ago before she even got married, Michelle Liu, stay-home mom for 18 years, never worked a single day since she got married. But look at her journey, a real journey of transformation from a stay-home mom to being a glamorous director earning about 22,500 to, I can't remember the level, but yeah, 22,000 is very, very impressive already. So congratulations. All Michelle will tell you is that, you just need to be coachable and follow the system as she did to enjoy the success she now achieves. And we have a lot, and this was just a sampling of some of us who went to Miami, just last year. Is it last year? Yeah. But, we'll go to conventions together. We travel together. We have a lot of fun together. And this is just a representation of the market, Singapore family, but we have many, many other organizations building alongside us. Another director that we have, many, many national supervising coordinators. So the market is for everyone. And these were the levels that I talk about. And what you can achieve whenever I talk about director is 22,500. Now, is that good enough for you to be a director? If sorry, I forgot about my video. So if it's that good enough for you, come on board with us and work together with us. And let me then hand over the conclusion of this presentation to my beautiful MC Christine. Maybe Christine, you can end off with this slide and show the audience a video that they can use for follow-up. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time today.
Well, thank you very much, Liyen, for spending this afternoon and sharing with us the unfranchised business. Everyone who's on the call, I think we had more than 320 people on the call this afternoon at one point in time. Now, whatever your situation is, whatever your background is, this business really is something that doesn't look at your race, your language, your religion, your education, your gender, none of that. Right? This is a business that could work for just about any one of us because it's all about shopping, which is something that we all do. COVID-19 or not, we all need to shop. And with times like this, who's not looking for an alternative or an additional source of income? So I thank you very much, everyone, for taking the time this afternoon. This is a business that could work for you, but please, as an immediate next step, please talk to the person who has invited you to this call this afternoon. Spend a little bit of time. We call it the meeting after the meeting. Spend a little bit of time with the person who's invited you this afternoon and ask all the questions that you have. Now, without any further ado, I'd like you to just watch this final video that we're going to put up for you. And this brings us to the end of our presentation this afternoon. Thank you all. Have a good day and goodbye.
Thank you.
How do you synergize this deal?
Well, it's a magic combination. First of all, the timing of the deal couldn't be better with the migration and paradigm shift to online shopping.
A large crowd packed day 2 of the Market America's International Convention at the Greensboro Coliseum today. Market America is all about improving retailing and marketing with the use of the latest technology. It's headquartered in Greensboro and employs people all over the Triad and all over the world.
It's hard to believe this convention got its start in a small house in Guilford County 26 years ago.
Nobody really believed that anybody would ever shop online because people wanted to touch and feel the products.
You hit it right on the head. Shop.com is incredible at driving traffic.
Market America is the drive behind Shop.com, a website that allows entrepreneurs to sell their own products through their own domain.
I knew that this was an organization that paid very close attention to detail and was committed to what they said they were going to do. We're always listening to you. The company is always looking for new ways to simplify, streamline, and standardize the day-to-day operations of your business. Our commitment and promise to you to do things right, get better every day, and change people's lives. That's what it's about for us.
Before this company, I've never heard of Greensboro, North Carolina before. But, every time coming in here, flying here, I get emotional because to me now, Greensboro is a symbol of what the dream is made of.
In our country, we work very hard, but we don't have so many opportunities. So we really appreciate we have this opportunity to have to win our life back.
TV personality and businesswoman Lala Anthony spoke to the crowd. She's been with Market America for years and loves the encouragement it provides people.
I'm super excited to be here, surrounded by thousands of entrepreneurs and business people who are trying to change their lives and take control of their lives. So it's an amazing crowd to be around.
Ambassador for Market America because I believe in the model.
Without even going into everything that you've gone through this week, for you to come out here and be this courageous and still lead and let people understand that they can be in business for themselves and do things for themselves, it's a testament to your true character and what you've done for all of these people. No longer will it be the best kept secret. They will know Market America like they know Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
We think that we're going to make waves in the online shopping industry. We're on $1 billion roll.